Morning everybody. It's just coming up for 6:30 on a Saturday morning. Been out for about 10 minutes now. Out today on a ride in the Cotswolds. Starts off in a place called Kemerton, heading up to the top of Bredon Hill. I think it's about 299 meters of elevation, or at least the top of Bredon Hill anyway. So I've ridden a few times before. Hope you enjoy it. This ride starts with a pretty long climb. I think it's between 1.5 and 2 kilometers. Pretty much all uphill. Starts on this tarmac section and then goes through some farmers' fields along the edge of the tree line next to the woods. Lovely ride. I've done this a few times on my analog bike. This climb nearly kills me usually, but today we're out on the e-bike. I think it's going to flatten these hills and make my life a bit easier. The reason I've got the e-bike over the analog bike is I'm pretty limited on time at the minute. Got a young family, 3-year-old daughter, nearly 4. So getting out for half a day's ride isn't really an option these days. But I've got an unwritten agreement with my wife that I can get out at first light, do a couple of hours on the bike and get back. Normally this ride would take me over 2 hours, more like 3. There's a couple of brutal climbs. I reckon with the e-bike today, probably going to smash it in less than 2, maybe an hour and 45. But we'll see by the end of the ride how long it's taken me. So it starts to head off road. A little bit misty this morning. Like I said, early start. Probably the best time to get out on the trails, I reckon. Probably won't come across too many walkers. Not that we have any issues with walkers. Everyone enjoys being out here in the Cotswolds. Hopefully get to show you some of the scenery when this burns off by the time I get back to the top for the second time. Coming now pretty much to the top of this first climb. Was that our first descent? I've got to say, much easier on the e-bike. Sounds obvious, but it is. Even just on the eco mode, it's been able to take the edge off it. The other thing about this ride, like many other rides, is you often get quite a few gates just as you get to the good bits, but from memory this one is just this gate at the top. And there's another one for a little while, so not too much off and on. Right, let's see how I get on this. Trying to miss a turn, which is what I often do. This is it. You wonder if you remember to put your clutch on your mech. Oh. And you haven't. Well done. Good line choice. A little bit less foggy over this side, or less misty over this side of the hill at the minute. A little bit better visibility, but not great. Oh, I'm getting these thistle heads stuck all over me. Where are they coming from? Ah. Bit of a road section now before the start of another climb. Climbs back up to the same point. A lot steeper, a lot rockier. I've cleared it on my analog bike before. Quite tricky though. Oh, for me anyway. Let's see how we get on in a little bit with the e-bike. Just cutting through some fields now. Nothing to what some people might call gnaw, but it's still mountain biking. My opinion. I think some people are too caught up on what mountain biking is. I think it's got to be super gnaw all the time, or really techy, really difficult. Forget where the roots of mountain biking were. I love a bit of bike park action, a little bit of cross country action. Like a bit of gravel, if I'm honest, from time to time. Get the extra miles in, a bit more mellow terrain. But I think it's hard to classify what mountain biking really is. As long as you're enjoying it, does it really matter? Nah. Just starting the second of the big climbs. This is the big one for me, at least the steep one. Starts off on the road like this, through the village, well, the village. Road turns into farmer's track. Farmer's track turns into a rocky bridleway. You see the climb screen there. Not interesting to me. You can do it or you can't do it. Give it your best. Okay, start of the steepest bit. So a glug of water, see if we can get to the top. As I said before, I've done this on my normal bike, never tried it on the e-bike. Assistance here in the trail mode. Let's see how we get on. It's going to be more about picking my line rather than whether my legs have got it today. Honestly, that felt far too easy. In the past, it's felt like I've been slogging up there for 20 minutes. That's probably just perception, isn't it? Okay, so that was a lot easier. I've said it before, sounds obvious. A lot easier than on the analog bike. Oh, but they ain't 3 miles. think it's going to start to clear now. Hopefully by the time I get to the top, I'll get the views. Here we are, just passing where we started our first descent. It's a figure of 8 loop. Now I'm mainly traversing around the side of the hill, still gaining a bit of elevation. There's about another K and a half to go. Get to the top. Reasonably flat, maybe a slight incline bit here. Often see deer along here. You can see from, or you might be able to see from this fence at the side of me. They try and keep the deer in certain areas, but they often find ways through. And this isn't really clearing, and the sheep are having a good time though. Not far to the top now. I think about 400-500 metres maybe. Distance, not height. It's one of the reasons I've started to think about documenting these rides, is that I live on the edge of the Cotswolds, I suppose in between the Cotswolds and the Wye Valley. I'm often searching for content, for ideas for rides in the area. There's a few bits and pieces. Some bits are good, some bits I think were probably filmed on the original GoPros, or maybe someone's 3310 with a camera on it. So I'm hoping the more I do this, the better quality the videos get. And maybe it'll inspire one or two others to get out in this area. There's nothing too brutal climb wise. A lot of the routes I look at are from the Cotswolds mountain bike book. I've done quite a few routes out of there. It's the first one I've actually documented. This is the Bredon Hill ride. It's a lovely area. Quite a lot of good mountain biking. A lot of routes in the 20k, 30k kind of distance bracket. A lot of those you can extend. I think now I've got the e-bike, and if I can get a pass to get out for longer than just a few hours at first light, I'm going to hopefully start exploring some of those longer options. Don't normally go that way. I can normally circle around the top to get to the high point. Hard to see today. Visibility going on to about 30 metres or less. Here we are. Bredon Hill. This is the high point. I have to believe me when I say the views are normally stunning. Maybe next time. Right, time to fall off. Quite enjoy already. Right, it's mostly descent all the way to the start again now. Nice little trail, a couple of gates, mind. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you get a walker coming through the other way and they'll get the gate. They'll get a clean run, not often. I finished it with a little bit of a road section at the end. section through the woods this. You don't fall off. Look out. Oh, hello cows. Cheers. Just this little road section back to Kemerton, left on the ride now, less than a kilometre. I think when I've done the ride, an hour and 35 or 40 minutes. Just pull in here to show you what it's like when it starts to clear up. Looking out to my left, it's looking brilliant. Something nice about getting out for a ride early in the morning. We'll be finished before 8 o'clock. Back home by 8:30. Rest of the day ahead. Anyway, hope this is the first of many. And hopefully see you on the next one.